Let's be real for a second. If you have $10,000 sitting in your bank account right now, you aren't actually saving money, you're losing it. I know that sounds crazy, but in the economic climate of 2026, cash sitting idle is basically a melting ice cube. Inflation is eating your purchasing power alive, and the math doesn't lie. What you could buy with that money 10 years ago is a pipe dream today. You're working hard for your money, but your money, it's not doing a damn thing for you. Welcome to Wealth Root, where we stop playing small and start understanding how the game of money is actually played. When you finally decide to do something with that $10,000, the noise starts immediately. Your uncle tells you to put it in a safe savings account, your friend says throw it all into a high-risk crypto coin, and the internet screams that you need to start a business. It's paralyzing. But today, we're going to cut through the garbage. I'm going to break down the 3 best places to put that $10,000 in 2026, the real-world risk, and how you can actually reach financial freedom instead of just hoping for the best. Option 1. The safety trap. High-yield savings and CDs. Let's talk about the standard advice. Just put it in the bank. Look, if you're terrified of losing a single penny, this is your only comfort zone. Banks might offer you a nice-sounding interest rate, let's say 5%. You put in $10,000, you get $500 back at the end of the year. Sounds safe, right? Here is the cold, hard math. If inflation is hovering at 6% or 7%, which is the reality we live in, your profit is actually a net loss. You're effectively paying the bank to store your money while its value shrinks. As the legendary Warren Buffett says, risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. If your goal is to grow wealth, the bank is a graveyard for your capital. Only park your money here if you're near retirement and your only goal is preservation, not growth. If you're young and hungry, get your money out of the coffin. Option 2. The compound interest machine, the stock market. This is where your money starts working for you while you sleep. I'm talking about index funds and blue-chip stocks. Forget the day trading gambling addicts you see on social media. I'm talking about the power of the 8th wonder of the world, compounding. If you invest that $10,000 into a solid, diversified market fund and let it ride with a 10 to 12% average annual return, reinvesting your dividends, you aren't just saving, you're building an empire. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a get-rich-slower, but definitely get-rich strategy. The catch? Most people fail here because they lack the discipline to stay the course when the market dips. If you don't understand the fundamentals, it's not investing, it's a casino. Educate yourself, look at the long game, and let time do the heavy lifting. Option 3. The wealth multiplier, your own business. Now we get to the heavy hitter. If you want a return on your investment that isn't just a single-digit percentage, but 100%, 500%, or even 1,000%, you have to bet on yourself. You don't need a massive warehouse or a CEO title. You need a solution to a problem. Think about the origin stories. Jeff Bezos didn't need a skyscraper to start Amazon. He needed a garage and a vision. Steve Jobs didn't need a factory to start Apple. He needed a motherboard and some grit. With $10,000 in 2026, you can launch a high-margin digital business, a refined e-commerce brand, or a specialized service agency. Imagine you take $3,000 for product sourcing, $2,000 for elite branding and packaging, and $4,000 for aggressive, targeted digital marketing. You keep $1,000 as your emergency buffer. By focusing on organic growth, creating content, showing your product to the right people, and building a system that sells, you aren't just earning interest, you're building an asset that can pay you $2,000, $5,000, or $10,000 a month. That is how you break the cycle of poverty and actually change your life. It takes work, it takes strategy, and it takes the willingness to be uncomfortable. But at Wealth Root, we believe that the biggest risk is staying exactly where you are. So here is my question for you. Are you going to continue letting your money rot in an account that barely keeps up with inflation? Or are you finally going to commit to a strategy that actually builds your future? Which of these 3 paths are you ready to study and commit to this year?